Hello everyone. We are going to start with another lecture of performance management, and in this lecture we are going to deal with the concept of marginal revenue is equals to marginal cost. Now, this is a classical question. I personally believe that this question is a very good question and indeed a tough question. It's from September December 2017 attempt, right? So it's a very good question and really a tough question for students. So let's read the requirement first. Calculate the optimum profit maximizing selling price for paraffin and for paraffin and resulting annual profit which TR would make from charging that price, right? So first of all you have to calculate the selling price and then you have to calculate the annual profit, right? And then we will see what's the next requirement. Now, TR Company is a pharmaceutical company. TR Company is a pharmaceutical company which researches, develops, and manufactures a wide range of drugs. Right. One of these drug is paraffin. Is a pain relief drug which is used in the treatment of headache. And until last month, TR Company had a patent on paraffin which prevented other companies from manufacturing it, right? So we have kind of monopoly that we are the only firm who can manufacture this kind of product. The patent has now expired and the several competitors have already entered in the market with similar version of paraffin which are made using the same active ingredients, right? So the formula is same, material is same. Now, the TR company is reviewing its pricing policy in the light of charging the price, changing the market, in the light of changing market. It has carried out some market research in an attempt to establish an optimum price for paraffin. These research has established that for every $2 increase in price, demand would expected to increase by 5,000 batches, with a maximum demand for paraffin being 1 million batches, right? So what is the situation here? See, the situation is very simple. I told you guys that whenever this statement comes in the question that every $1 or $2 increase in price will lead to a certain change in the demand factor, that's going to be that's basically an area where you can identify that this is a marginal revenue and marginal cost concept, right? Now, what the next they are saying, with maximum demand for paraffin being equals to 1 million batches, that means maximum you can sell 1 million batches, not more than that, right? Each batch of paraffin is currently made using the following material Z 500 grams at the rate of zero point 0.1 per gram, material Y 300 grams at the rate of $0.5 per gram. Each batch of paraffin, this is material requirement. Each batch of paraffin required 20 minutes of machine time to make, and the variable running cost of machine time is $6 per hour. This is a fixed cost. This is basically a direct cost. Direct cost, or you can say this is a variable cost for the product because it varies with the number of units. It varies with the number of batches, right? Now, the fixed production overhead cost is expected to be $2 per batch for the period based on budgeted level of 250,000 batches. Now, the important point to understand is that this fixed cost will not be considered in marginal cost, right? So, what's next? Uh, Based on the budgeted production of 250,000 batches, the skilled workers who have been working on paraffin until now are being moved on to the production of TR company's new product and unique anti-malaria drug which cost millions of dollars to develop. The company has obtained a patent for this revolutionary drug and it is expected to save millions of lives. No other similar drug exists, and whilst demand level are unknown, the launch of drug is eagerly anticipated all over the world. Like what we are anticipating the COVID-19 drug, probably we can have it. Agency staff, vaccine we are expecting, sorry. Agency staff who are completely new. Agency staff were completely new to the production of paraffin and cost $18 per hour. Will be bought into the production of paraffin for forcible feature. Experience has shown that there will be a significant learning curve involved in making the paraffin as it is extremely difficult to handle. The first batch of paraffin is made using one of the agency workers took 5 hours to make. That means one batch requires 5 hours. However, it is believed that 80% learning curve exists in relation to the production of the drug, and this will continue until the first 1000 batches have been completed. So after the completion of first 1000 batches, each batch in each batch, how many units we are manufacturing? I think I missed. 80% learning in the relation of production of the drug. It is continued for, and TR company's management has said that any pricing decisions about paraffin, I think batch size is not given here. Any pricing decision about paraffin should be based on the time it takes to make 100th batch of the drug, right? So the learning curve coefficient is 0.3218. Now what you are required to do, you are required to calculate the optimum profit maximizing selling price. Optimum means where you can earn maximum profit, resulting annual profit which TR company will make from charging the price, right? So this is what you have to do. Now try to recall what we did. The first step which we need to do is to the first step was to calculate A from the equation P is equals to A. Sorry, try to put some lines here, right? So the first step was calculate by using P is equals to A minus BX. We are supposed to calculate A. Now, as I told you in my lecture that whenever the situation, some situation like this comes to the question, examiner will give you a price level and a quantity which it can sell at that particular price level. But unfortunately, this question, no price is given here, right? Prices are not given here, and what they are saying, there's just one line which is given here, the maximum demand of paraffin being 1 million batches. That means you can maximum produce 1 million batches, and beyond 1 million batches you cannot sell any further unit, right? So that is one important point. So how can we process with this, with just this statement? See, um, let me try to make a graph here. It's a tough question, no doubt. And whenever you do questions in economics, there is a quantity here, and usually we keep price here, right? And this is basically the demand function. So when quantity at this price, at this point price comes, say quantity is 0, but at this quantity, the maximum quantity, what is price? Price at this quantity is 0. So when you sell maximum quantity, usually price is equals to 0 in that case, right? So what they are saying, the maximum demand for paraffin being 1 million, that means the maximum quantity which you can sell is 1 million, and at 1 million units you will have your price of the product will be equals to 0, right? So this is hidden. This is the first thing where students got confused what to do. So if they have an idea about economics, somehow they can easily identify this point. So price, we are considering 0 here, right? A is unknown, right? And X is, we know that X is around 1 million, right? Now what is the value of B? B is change in price divided by change in quantity. So see here, $2 decrease in price will increase sales volume by 5,000 batches, right? So $2 change in price divided by 5,000. So 0 is equals to A minus 2 upon 5,000 is what? 0.0004. 0.0004 of 0004 multiplied by 1 million, and this figure multiplied by 1 million is 400. So 0 is equals to A minus 400, and in this case A will be equals to $400 per unit. That means the price at which sales volume will be equals to 0 is $400, right? So we can restate this P function as P is equals to 400 minus 0.0004 4 of x, right? So this is basically our equation of price equation. Now the next thing which we have to do is to convert it into marginal revenue. And as I told you that you don't have to worry about derivatives. For accounting students, marginal revenue is equals to a minus 2bx. So you don't have to worry about that. You just need to use this equation. So in this case, what we are going to do, we will apply marginal revenue is equals to a minus 2bx. That means marginal revenue in this case is equals to 400 minus 2 into 0.0004 of x. So marginal revenue in this question will be equals to 400 minus 0.008 of x. Right, so we are done with marginal revenue as well. Right, now what we have to do, we have to calculate marginal cost here. Marginal cost, why marginal cost? Because we have to equate marginal revenue and marginal cost, so definitely we have to calculate marginal cost here. Right, let's see what we can do here. See, marginal cost has three elements. The first one is material, the second one is machine time, and the third one is labor. Right, so let's start with material first. Right, what it says, each batch of paraffin is required to make the following materials: 500 grams at the rate of $0.1, right? So material X will be 500 grams means 0.5 kilograms at the rate of 0. Okay, this is in grams, so let's calculate it in grams. 500 grams multiplied by $0.1 per gram, that is equals to 500 multiplied by 0.1 is equals to 50, right? And what about Y? 300 grams at the rate of $0.5 per gram, that is equals to, I think, 150. Yeah, 150. So material cost per batch is $200 per batch, right? Then there is machine cost. Machine cost is what? Machine cost is 20 minutes of machine time is required to manufacture each batch, and the cost is $6 per hour. So 20 divided by 60, because cost is cost is per hour, $6 per hour. So you have to convert it into hours. So you'll multiply this figure with 6. So 20 divided by 60 times 6 is 2. Right? Now what will be the labor cost? Now labor cost is a problem here. Right? Let's try to do some working, and meanwhile we have to read this paragraph again. Right, what it says that agency staff who are completely new to the production of paraffin cost $18 per hour. Right, so this is the wage rate. Right, we will be brought into the production of paraffin for the foreseeable future. Experience has shown that there will be a significant learning involved in the making of paraffin, as it is extremely difficult to handle. The first batch of paraffin made using one of the agency worker took 5 hours. So the first batch required 5 hours, right? So 5 hours is what? 5 hours is time required to manufacture first unit, which is A in this case. Unit, or in case of batches, we consider time required for first batch. However, it is believed that 80% learning curve exists, which and learning, B value is this, in relation to the production of the drug. This will continue until first 1,000 batches have been completed, right? So till 1,000 batches, you have to consider this. Tea company's management has said that the pricing decision about paraffin should be based on the time it takes to make 100th batch of the drug. So whatever cost is required for 100th batch should be considered for the pricing decision. Now, how you are going to do this? See, it's simple. we have to calculate cost required for hundredth batch, right? You should pause this video and try to calculate the cost of hundredth batch at your own. Now, how can you do this? If you can't do this, just concentrate here. Y is equals to ax raised to the power b. A, we have discussed that A is time required for the manufacturing of first unit. So, in case you are doing number of batches, we can put time required for the manufacturing of first batch. It's simple. So y will be equals to what? We are trying to calculate time required for 1000 batches. So 1000 will be equals to A is 5, time required for first batch, x is 1000 raised to the power minus 0.3219, right? So 1000 raised to the power 0.3219 minus, and then multiply by 5. 0.541, right? This is time required for 1 unit. And if you multiply this with 1000 batches, sorry, per batch. Now, if you multiply it with 1000, you will get time required for 1000 batches. So 0.541 times 1000, that makes 541 hours, right? Now for the what is the next thing? Next you have to calculate time required for 199 batches, right? So the same procedure, y is equals to a is 5 into 1000 raised to the power minus 0.3219. I did a mistake, it should be 999, right? So 999 raised to the power 0.3219 minus multiply by 5, 0.54126, 0.54126. So multiply this figure with this is the average time, no? Multiply it with 900, 487.13, right? So I think there's something wrong here. Let me try to recalculate this. 1000 raised to the power 0.3219, right? Multiply by 5, multiply by 1000. It's fine. 999 raised to the power 0.3219 minus times 5 times 999, 540.72, right? So this is a very small difference. Try not to round it off. So time required for 1000th batch will be what? Minus 541. Okay, just let me do one thing. Let me try not to round it off, because that will create difference. $541.090, 541.090 minus 540.72. It's 0.37 hours, right? So this is the incremental time of 1000 batch. What is the wage rate? Wage rate is 18 per hour. So we'll multiply this with 18. So 0.37 multiplied by 18, that will give you 6.67, right? So this will be 6.67, right? So what will be the marginal cost in this case? Marginal cost will be 200 plus 2 plus 6.67, 208.67, 208.67, right? So this is the marginal cost. So if you equate marginal revenue is equals to marginal cost, if you want to equate these two figures, this figures, this figure compare with this figure, right? So this will be what? This will be 400 minus 0.008 of x. Just a second. This is 0.0004 times 2 is 0.0008. It's not double zero, it's triple zero, right? Is equals to 208.67, right? So we just need to calculate this value of x. So this x will go here and this will come here. So 400 minus 208.67 is equal to 0.0008 of x. So 400 minus 208.67 divided by 0.0008, 239163. This is basically the sales volume at a company, at which company can maximize its profit. This is basically sales volume. This is basically sales volume at which company can maximize its profit, right? Now we haven't calculated the selling price. The examiner has asked us to calculate the selling price. So how can we calculate the selling price? We have to put this figure in the price equation, right? So price equation is what? Price equation is 400 minus 0.0004 of x. X is this one, 239163, 239163. So 239163 multiplied by 0.0004 and minus 400, that will give you 304. 304.3. 304.3 dollars per unit. No, $304.3 per batch. Yeah, because the whole question in terms of batches, now. So $304.3 per batch, right? Now, this is basically something which we are done with. Now, next thing which we have to calculate is the resulting annual profit which company can make, right? So how you can calculate profit? Profit is contribution minus fixed cost. So contribution will be 304.3 minus variable cost is 208.67 multiply by the sales volume, right? So what figure you will get? 304.3 minus 208.67 multiply by 239163, 22871. 22871 and 158, right? And what is the fixed cost? Fixed cost is expected to be $2 per batch for the period based on the budgeted production level of 250,000 batches, right? So it's going to be around 500,000, right? Because 2 per batch multiplied by 250,000. So this is total contribution, and this will give you profit, right? So minus 500,000, 871158 minus 500,000, 22371, right? So this is the maximum profit which company can generate, right? So there are two basic things which I believe that can be problematic. The first thing is this one: how to start, what the price you will consider. This is the most important thing which majority of the students miss, right? And the second one is the calculation of marginal cost, right? Marginal cost in the sense this part was misunderstood by the students because they don't know how many batches they are going to manufacture and all that, right? Now what's next? The next point is a simple discussion, and that discussion is discuss and recommend, right? Two things: discuss and recommend whether market penetration pricing or market skimming pricing would be most suitable pricing strategy for TR company when launching a new malaria drug, right? So first of all, let me try to tell you what is the concept of market penetrating pricing and market skimming pricing. See, penetrating pricing means what? Yeah, we have enough battery. Penetrating pricing means what? Sorry, let's try to first consider skimming pricing. Okay, penetrating pricing. Penetrating pricing means what? We are trying to calculate. I'm talking about this one. Penetrating pricing means that initially we will charge a lower price from the customer, right? And once they get used to of our product, we will increase our selling price later on. Right? This is basically done in a situation where company is new in a market and it is experimenting with its product. It has no idea whether it will be able to sell enough units to the customer. So what they do, they start with the experiments, right? So initially they used to charge a low selling price. This actually happened in Pakistan as well. In Pakistan, there was a app called Kareem, right? Kareem is common. Kareem and Uber is, I think, in Middle East as well. So when Kareem started its business in Pakistan, although they were operating in other areas of the world, but when they started their business in Pakistan, they were not sure how they are going to charge. So initially they charged very low amount, and somehow people got surprised that how a taxi, a cab can charge them such low prices, and with along with AC facility, because in Pakistan AC facility is not common in taxis. So initially they charge very low prices, and then slowly and gradually they increase their wages, their rates, because now people are used to of their product, right? So it happens. The same thing happened with Netflix initially asked customer to they can have a free trial period of, I guess, 1 month, and then after 1 month they start charging. So once they get addicted from the shows and everything, they have to pay for that. So that is basically called the penetrating pricing policy. Initially you charge low price and then you start increasing. The second one is called market skimming pricing. Skimming pricing means what? Skimming pricing is usually a situation where we charge high prices at the initial point, and then we start reducing our selling price at the later phases of the product, right? So, and skimming pricing is, I think, we did with in webcam question as well initially. Now, they are charging that discuss and recommend whether market penetrating pricing and skimming pricing would be more suitable pricing for the anti-malaria drug. So anti-malaria drug details are given here. This point. This paragraph is actually discussing the anti-malaria most probably, right? So what is saying, the skilled worker who have been working on paraffin until now are being moved on to the production of TR company's new and unique anti-malaria drug, which cost millions of dollars to develop, right? So millions of dollars to develop, that means there is a huge research and development work that the company conducted, right? TR company has obtained a patent for this revolutionary drug and it is expected to save millions of lives, right? So again, the important point is what? Important point is that it's a life-saving drug, right? No other similar drug exists. Now, this is also important that no similar drug exists. That means if this is a life-saving drug and if this is out of reach of people, then definitely people will not be able to save their life just as we see in this global pandemic situation. Whilst demand levels are unknown, the launch of drug is eagerly anticipated all over the world. This is a perfectly matching situation which we already are feeling right now. Now, just you have to discuss. First of all, you have to write what is good and what is bad. See, let's try to talk about the skimming pricing policy. Let's talk about the skimming pricing policy. Let's talk about with the point of view of capitalist person. See, I our company has invested so much in the research and development work, right? Number one. Number two is that we only got this patent to sell this product, right? So since we have since we have spent so much money on the development of the product, and there is no other competitor for this particular product because we got the patent. So the idealist situation for our company is that we should sell it at higher prices because we are I am thinking like a capitalist person and I want to earn as much any money as I can. So from my perspective, I have spent millions of dollars in the research and development like in COVID-19 situation, and I know I'm the first one who's going to launch this product. There is no other product in the market similar to our product. We got the patent, right? So, and this is a life-saving drug. People want this product at any cost. So we should try to sell it as at a very high price, right? So once we are done with the selling of this product, and maybe after 1 year or 2 year or 3 years, when this patent will expire, when a lot of different other companies will also start manufacturing this business, this product, this anti-malaria drug, we should reduce our price. This is the first discussion, right? But let's talk about with a viewpoint of with ethics and with the viewpoint of the patients and the general public. Now there is a moral ethical responsibility on the company. This is a life-saving drug, right? And if we sell it at a very high selling price, if we sell it a very high selling price, then this will be out of reach of millions of people, right, who are facing this malaria issue. Not millions exactly, but thousands of people, say. So that means what? That means they will not be able to save their life in that case. So if you are considering that perspective, you should try to launch it at a lower selling price. But you see, we some I mean there's no perfect answer here, but we can write it like this. Let look from the viewpoint of company. Since company has spent so much money on it, since there is no other patent in the market, we got the patent, there is no other competitor in the market, and people really want this product, right? They want to pay as much money as they can for this product. We should charge high prices to the product for this anti-malaria drug, and the world is anticipating, right? So we should charge high prices because somehow we will be able to sell in the market. I mean, in one market we may not be able to sell, but in the other market we will definitely sell our product, right? This is the first point. The second, just a second. Yeah, it's recording. Second perspective is what? Second perspective says that no, you should not do this because if you do this, you will be this medicine. You will keeping this medicine out of the reach of so many people, of thousands of people. So you got a moral responsibility as well. But to be very honest, there is no perfect answer for this. Capitalist side says that majority of our if we are considering just because of the profit maximizing level, we should try to sell it at high prices, right? But again, you must write it here that we should give some provision to the people of developing country who are unable to buy the product at lower prices. So we cannot charge high prices to all. We should give some provision to some people who are not able to buy the product. I mean, we can give some government to allow this in their area, so that those people who can't afford this product, they can have it from the government institution free of cost, and those who can afford, they can buy it from the private institution, and after paying some amount of money. Because see, those who are rich, they don't have time, they have money, they can spend money and they can save their life and time, because that is for sure. But those who are poor, they can't afford it, they have time but they don't have money, so they have to wait, and they can go for the government related option. So again, there is no perfect answer for this. They said that discuss and recommend. So recommendation, the best recommendation is go for the higher prices, but you have to make sure that you people should not lose the money. So you have to give some provisional option, some lower price option to the government of developing countries, so maybe they can give benefits to their public. Those who are suffering a lot from this product, and they are poor, they cannot afford this product, they can go for it, right? So this is something which you have to write in 8 marks. I mean, in favor of price market penetration, there are few points. The first point is that we have developed so much money on the research, we have spent so much money on research and development, first point. The second point is that we got the patent. The third point is that no other company selling this product. The fourth point is that the world is anticipating this product. So we got a brilliant chance to earn as much money as we can. So from this perspective, market penetration pricing seems to suit best. But there's another point is that since this is a life-saving drug and people will may die because of unavailability of the product, we have to make sure that we must not charge that much prices from the public, so that goes against the penetration. So if you want to come up with a win-win situation, then we should charge penetrating pricing, but we should discount some portion of the medicine to those who are unable to afford it, right? So that's the end of this video, and I hope you got this video, you got this point, and you should try to write this point at your own, because now you should try to develop the habit of writing at your own. I told you the points, now you are supposed to write it. All right, so thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.